Do you work from home and want to stay healthy? There's a lot of things you can do to keep your health going when you work from home. So if you're interested in this, then keep watching. All right, let's get right into this video. So many people are working from home nowadays, more and more all the time. And so you might struggle with being at home and finding that your health is going downhill because maybe you're not as active as you used to be, or whatever the reason. There's a lot of things that can make it hard to stay healthy when you are working from home. So let's get right into this list. The first one is to stretch regularly. So anytime you're on a computer, you're probably going to lose track of time, and you're probably going to even forget to look up off your screen. You might be sitting, most likely you're sitting. So it's kind of important, it's really important actually, to stretch regularly. Get up and move around on a regular basis. So since you're working from home, you have the freedom to get up whenever you want. You're not tied to a schedule. You're not being watched by your boss. So you have the freedom to get up and do whatever you want whenever you want. Now, of course, you can't do it all the time. Like, you can't just get up every 5 minutes and go do a bunch of other things. But like, if you get up and stretch every half hour or even every hour, that would be perfect, because it's probably better than most people are doing when they're working on a computer, especially if they're working in an office. So the second one on this list is to go for walks. This is one of the best ways that you can maintain your health. And if you live in the north like I do, you need to have a treadmill, because walking is so good for you and it's so easy, and it doesn't take motivation to do, unlike other things. Like, you're probably not gonna be like, oh, I feel like lifting weights right now, you know. You're probably gonna have a much easier time going for a walk, because, I mean, let's face it, we've been walking since we were a baby, almost, and it doesn't take a whole lot of brain power, it doesn't take a whole lot of effort. You just put one foot in front of the other. And so the walking is something that I like to talk about a lot, because it's so simple to squeeze into your daily schedule. So go for walks, particularly in the morning if you can, because that's the best time to get sunlight, when the sun is high in the sky. The next one is to do activities and exercise that you enjoy. So this kind of ties in with the walking. And like I said, you're probably not going to enjoy things that you have to motivate yourself. Like, how am I going to motivate myself to lift weights or, do push-ups and things like that? So I advise people to just do what you enjoy. That way you will do them. I struggle with this all the time. I hate lifting weights. I have weights, but I might only pick them up once every 3 or 4 weeks. And I know that doesn't do any good because it's not regular. So I started doing some things that I actually do enjoy, like walking. And since I got the treadmill, I'm able to hop on that any time of the year, even when it's below 0, which it is right now. So another thing that I like to do is dance, and that's something that you don't need much motivation for. Just put on your favorite music and you'll be dancing before you know it. So try to find some activities or exercise that you enjoy that will make it easier for you to actually do it. Have healthy snacks on hand. This is a big one, because when you're working from home, you don't have any control. Most people don't have any control when you are in your kitchen or just a couple feet away from your kitchen. What's to stop you from getting up and going to have whatever you find? Because if you work from home, particularly on a computer, and you're involved in what you're doing, it might be a couple of hours before you even think of breaking away from your computer. And so you might be like, oh, my stomach is growling. Oh, geez, it's been 6 hours since I've eaten. So then you walk to the kitchen and you kind of just grab whatever's there, because whatever's quickest, because you're starving. So this is a nice tip just in general, even if you don't work from home, because if you have healthy snacks around, then that's all that you can eat. And you're not going to accidentally eat a candy bar, you know, things like that. So when you go grocery shopping, buy only healthy things. And now that sounds easier said than done, but what I've found helps is to find healthy substitutes for things that I like. And I'll give one great example. I have always loved chocolate, you know, particularly candy bars, you know, Snickers and stuff like that. So I decided when I started living healthier that I was going to make swaps, healthy swaps for all these things that are not so good for me. And so I started eating dark chocolate. And this is the kind that is 85% cacao or more. It's kind of hard to find more, but 85% is the sweet spot. So it's so good. And at first it might taste bitter to you, but after you eat it for a while, it becomes so good. And just now when I eat Snickers or any other regular type of milk chocolate, I can just taste the unhealthiness. It's sugary and it's fine, but I mean, it's too much. It's almost overpowering, and I just don't like it anymore. And I don't even crave those kind of candy bars anymore because, I mean, having a healthy chocolate around it's all I really need as far as dessert. I don't really get excited about ice cream or pies or cakes. I've never been a pastry person, so maybe this is you. Maybe you eat a lot of those things and you don't want to anymore. So try eating dark chocolate, or, you know, try researching what a healthy alternative would be to whatever the food is that you're trying to not eat as much of. Do meal planning and prepping. This goes along with the last one because this all starts at the grocery store. It all starts when you're doing your meal planning. It all starts when you're writing out your grocery list. You're in control. And once you get to the grocery store, if you stick to your list, you'll be fine. So this is a big subject, actually. I've got a blog post about this, and I might even have some videos about it. It's something that will save you money. It's something that will help you eat better, of course, and lose weight if that's what you're trying to do. So you just plan what you're going to eat for however long your groceries usually last. Some people go once a week, once every 2 weeks, whatever. You could even meal plan for a month out. I usually do it for a week or two because I go grocery shopping maybe once every week or two, so I do whatever I have for that time. And so I plan everything. That way there's no waste and I know what I'm going to eat. There's no more going to the kitchen cupboards and, you know, standing there looking around going, oh, God, do I have all the ingredients to make that? You know, there's no more wondering, no more confusion. So meal planning is a great thing to do for your health and to keep you eating healthy. Have designated kitchen times. This might be a hard one, and where I do my work is kind of sort of in my kitchen. It's between my kitchen and my living room, so it's hard. Sometimes I find myself just, you know, stepping away and stretching, and then I'll be, I'm in my kitchen and there's some kiwis sitting on the counter, and I might eat one even though I had just eaten dinner. So it kind of helps to be a little bit what's the word I'm thinking of? Disciplined with yourself. And try to avoid the kitchen unless it's time to cook or eat. Create daily routines of healthy habits. So this is another big subject that I talk about a lot. I've got blog posts about this. I've got videos about this. And it really makes a difference when you're working from home. Even if you're not working from home, well, you probably aren't going to be watching this video if you're not working from home, but a daily routine is a great thing to have anyway, anytime for anybody. So I highly recommend daily routines, and they work really good for people that work from home because it keeps you on a schedule. And something that people that work from home struggle with is that they don't have a schedule, so they almost, you know, become too lazy sometimes, and they don't have the discipline to do things. And it really helps to have a daily routine as close as possible to some sort of a schedule or a structure, because your health will be better the more structure you have. So some people might say, well, I don't want to have a daily routine that's structured because I like spontaneity, I like variety. And I actually do have a blog post and a video about that as well. So this is a subject I talk about a lot. So plenty of information out there if you're interested in learning how to create daily routines. I've even got some planners, printable daily routine planners, if you are really into planning like me. So there's that too. Find your motivation for being healthy. So that's probably going to be a little bit deeper than just, oh, I have motivation to be healthy. You need to have a specific reason. Maybe it's that you're getting older and you don't want your body to get in worse shape, or whatever it is for you. If you have a personal reason for doing it, then you will have more motivation. Your motivation will come from your they call it your why. What is your why? I do this because of this. If you have a big why, then motivation will be very easy to come by. Take regular breaks. And this is why creating a daily routine is important, because you should put your breaks into your routine. Otherwise, like I said, you might find yourself sitting at your computer and getting so involved in a task, then you realize 3 hours have gone by and you haven't even stretched or anything. You haven't gone to the bathroom. And that's why taking regular breaks is important for that reason, so that you can just kind of, it's part of self-care. You really don't want to push yourself too hard when you're working. And maybe you're a workaholic. Maybe you are one of those people that works from home because you love to work, and maybe you do it for 12 to 16 hours a day, and that's really important then to take regular breaks. Like, be easy on yourself. Don't push yourself so hard. Adjust your environment. So this is something that can mean a lot of things. It could mean building or not building, just creating a home office, or it could mean clearing space off on your countertop or a table for you to work. It could mean bringing plants in nearby to have next to you where you work. Just make your environment there really conducive to work. Make it a calm space. Clear the clutter. That's another good way to make your environment better for working. Have a designated workspace, and that's kind of what I was just saying, but that particularly means to have a space that is set just for work. Now this is a hard one because a lot of people have just a laptop. They don't actually have a desk. They might not even have an office. They might just have a laptop sitting freely that they can carry with them to the kitchen, to the bedroom, to the couch, whatever that is. And I mean, sometimes you have no choice. Maybe you don't have an extra room to make into an office. Maybe you don't even have a room to put a desk. So do what you can, and use these last two suggestions together. So if you do have just a laptop and you carry it with you wherever you can, then adjust your environment to that. Make it so that wherever you sit down to work, you're not sitting next to a pile of dirty laundry that has to be washed or folded or whatever. Always make it so that, your mind is going to be much easier, you're going to have a much easier time working when you're not in a cluttered space. Work-life balance. So this is something I touched on a little bit, but you don't want to push yourself too hard. When you're working from home, there's nobody to tell you what to do or tell you to stop or tell you to start. So you are in control of everything, and that could be a good or a bad thing. You might have not enough work-life balance in the fact that you might work too hard, or you might not work hard enough. So there is a delicate, a sweet spot in there where there's a good work-life balance. And that's something, unfortunately, that's one of the bad things about working from home, is that you have to have discipline to do that for yourself, because nobody is going to do it for you. And that is it for this video. If you enjoyed this, I have a couple videos on daily routines for healthy living, and in there you will find some more tips on how to stay healthy, and these are all things that you can do from home. So thank you so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video.